Hi, good afternoon. I'm Vinod Natarajan. I'm the Chief Business Officer at Brisk Technovision Ltd. I am responsible for the overall business development and sales of the company. Brisk Technovision is a 3 decades old system integrator. We're listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange, and we've been providing IT services to various organizations since about the early 90s. We specialize in domains of pharmaceutical manufacturing and BFSI. We pride ourselves on the fact that we have a 90% stickiness rate or a 90% retention rate amongst our customers. So that's an aspect that I always like to talk about with regards to our organization. The customer is one of the largest defense PSUs in India, Mazgaon Dock Limited. They were looking for a solution which would sit on top of their existing AD installation and help them manage the AD much better. They have the objects that they are currently using runs into a few thousands, so that's quite a large number. So they wanted a robust solution that would provide all the necessary compliance support and as well as ease of management, right? So they had floated an RFP initially for the same, and we had decided to be participating in it. And given our prior experience of implementing the AD solutions from ManageEngine, we were quite confident about the ability of the product to deliver to the requirements that they had outlined in the RFP. So that's how we went ahead and decided to participate in the tender along with ManageEngine. And for the same, then I reached out to the respective team members within ManageEngine, and we stitched together a very tight, offering, we were able to back the project after a very rigorous and intensive evaluation process. So the evaluation phase consisted of multiple segments. Initially, when we submitted the RFP, it was all about just the documentation aspect of it. We provided the data sheets, we provided the compliance documents, etc. Now, after going through the initial paperwork, the client came up with many more questions, which were very specific to their requirements or some clarifications that they required. So it involved quite a bit of a back and forth, and throughout the process, the ManageEngine team also was very receptive and prompt in providing the responses and detailed responses to all the queries. I think we did do a little bit of a demo also for the customer to kind of convince them completely that, and I think after that they were quite clear about the technical capabilities of the solution. So yes, there's a fairly large number of employees and objects under management in that particular organization, and there are also multiple business units, as is typical of any large enterprise today. So they had specific needs or specific asks from both the solutions. So when it came to the AD manager aspect of it, it revolved around the aspects of password management, user onboarding, etc. Those were some typical aspects that they were looking at, and automating those aspects. A lot of it was being done manually, so they wanted to kind of get rid of those challenges, right? So, and when it came to the audit plus part of it, of course, it was the compliance aspects. Being a listed PSU, etc., they have to kind of have a lot of compliances. So they were looking at some solution which would reduce the hassles of collecting the evidences and storing it, etc. So these were some of the specific aspects that we were looking from both the solutions. Prior to implementing the AD Audit Plus solution, it was a manual effort, as far as I know, and which is where actually also the challenge was stemming from, right? It is a laborious process and prone to error. There wasn't any solution per se, and this was the first implementation of a tool for doing these activities. So I would like to kind of mention that the ManageEngine professional services team was completely geared to meet all the requirements of the very stringent requirements of a PSU setup, right? So we had everything that they wanted from a regulations or a compliances perspective. Of course, as mentioned, it had to be an on-site implementation. What I found interesting or found useful was to opt for the professional services team to come in and do the entire implementation. One, of course, like I said, they're coming on premise, that there was absolutely no other option to it. More importantly, the deep subject matter expertise brought in by the ManageEngine team enabled us to complete the installation in a very quick time. The whatever amount of prep work was required, that took its time. But once the ManageEngine team came on shore or on premise, I guess we kind of in under 2 weeks we wrapped up the entire implementation. So, and I think that is only and only possible because of the subject matter expertise carried by the team. I would like to kind of call out Albinus and I believe Prakash from the ManageEngine side, who came in and did the implementation. It was a wonderful job, and I think that made the whole implementation process smoother. So the approach that we typically take to any implementation or installation is at Brisk, our team themselves do a fair amount of legwork or research before we get into an implementation phase, right? So we had already done that part. So, understanding of the environment, gathering all the relevant data. We believed we had everything ready, but no installation goes by without some small hitches. So on the first day that we landed up over there for the implementation, we realized that quite a bit of information was still missing. Also, there were certain permissions needed, which we hadn't, completely factored in. So we thought the implementation schedule might go a bit haywire, but what happened essentially was, Albinus, while he was there on site with us, he, along with our senior team leads, we sat together and we kind of documented all the requirements and all the permissions needed, etc. And we quickly kind of sent that across to the client team and requested them to share all the information with us or give us the requisite permissions. So I think the whole, summarizing and gathering and of information and sending across helped then smoothen out. And then we knew what would come in the next business units or in the further stages. So that helped us prepare a little bit better. So yeah, I found the attitude of the ManageEngine team to be always about, finding the solution. So they were very cooperative. And so that way we were able to overcome some of the challenges that we faced during the implementation. I know that we have created certain custom reports for them, right? the off-the-shelf reports that are available in the AD360 tool are quite comprehensive, but every environment or every organization has certain specific needs. So we were able to calibrate those custom reports also for them, and that's how they're now kind of quite satisfied with what they have, and we're able to smoothly and flawlessly continue with the implementation. Or we also providing a 3-year support, so it's an ongoing process. To be honest, I think it would have been quite a bit of a challenge without the professional services team on site with us. While our team has a certain level of expertise and knowledge, considering an on-site setup, I would definitely always recommend the professional services. Because if you have the liberty of getting a remote access or getting remote support, then it's not as much of a challenge. Then I would have gone ahead and asked my team to do it. But in an environment where remote support or remote access is unavailable, etc., I would always plumb for the professional services. It's more efficient, it's more faster. They definitely have seen reduced time and effort by their engineers in doing these activities. So while it is difficult to quantify number of hours, let's just say about 1.5 FTE has been shaved off from the process. That's how you could kind of look at it. So that's a fairly good cost saving per se. More than that, I would say the efficiencies and the accuracy that is coming in, that's very important, right? So there were previously unknown information which is now available at the click of a button. So the team is really happy about those aspects, and I think that is more critical. Because in the larger scheme of things, I mean, such a large organization, 1.5 FTEs may not size up to a lot financially, but ensuring that you're getting the reports on time with complete accuracy, also getting a view into things that earlier were not possible, I think those are the benefits that the client really loves, and they're very, very, very happy about. Yeah, the user interface and the user experience of the tool is very good, I would say. Even my own team finds it quite easy to understand, easy to use. So it's definitely one of the better UX that we have seen, among a whole host of tools and solutions that we have implemented. The customer is also able to use it quite easily and effortlessly. So the number of times that they reach out to us is not a lot. Given today's security environment and the kind of cybersecurity threats that are all around, these sort of identity access management tools are really the need of the hour for almost every organization which is having more than a few hundred employees. Really, I would say that, because currently, in fact, we have a organization which is not very large in terms of the number of users, but they are looking forward to the AD Audit Plus tool, because from their compliance requirement standpoint, they need to kind of collate a lot of reports or information. Now, currently, it's all being done manually. There is a huge amount of time and effort which goes in, errors creep in, and so the auditor comes and asks some queries. We don't have the necessary answers readily available. Now, the AD360 Audit Plus just fits right in. So I think, of course, like, if you look at it, all your major PSUs, the BFSI sector, almost all the large organizations definitely need it, but even mid-sized enterprises can definitely look at this solution. Also, given that from a pricing perspective, it is fairly, cost effective, as well as it delivers or provides enough value. So it's something that organizations definitely should look at to make their own lives easier, as well as improving the security posture. So I think that's a critical aspect, given that because an audit is always a sample function, right? They're not going to go through all your records. They just want to look at, say, 4 or 5 records from a certain point in time. So the log saving and archiving feature that we have in the AD360 Audit Plus is immensely helpful, right? We can easily just go ahead with a click or a few commands. You're able to pull out the necessary data and present it to the auditor immediately, and there's no real time lag, etc., that you need to get into. There's no I will get back to you. Just hang on here, and that's it, done. So I think that's ease of doing. If one of the bigger terms that are being thrown about today, ease of doing business, it probably is somewhere in that, lies in that zone. Very, very likely, highly likely, I would say. Multiple reasons. One, the product is very good, very useful, and as I mentioned, price points are highly competitive. And last but not the least, it's an absolute make in India product. So definitely, all of us should kind of look at adopting more of such solutions, and I would definitely recommend this solution to all my customers as well as prospects. One generic use case that we could talk about is knowing about, and then this I've seen across multiple client sets. The data of employees who have quit or are inactive is missing in most places. So here we are able to configure that report and get it very easily. So that's, I think, a very good use case. So okay, these are inactive users, but why are some privileges still active for these guys, or why are these guys still part of the setup? Quickly take it off. So that's a very good use case that we have implemented. My experience of having interacted with ManageEngine over the past 4 or 5 years has been pretty good. The systems and processes are perfectly in place, right from doing a deal registration all the way down to placing a purchase order, etc. Everything seems properly mapped out, and processes and rules are followed through and through. And despite being a fairly large organization, I do not see the same inertia or at times there is a reluctance to kind of do customizations, etc. That is not the case here with ManageEngine. There is that eagerness to serve the customer and try and bring to the table whatever the customer wants. Of course, every time it's not going to be possible, but if the ManageEngine team is not found lacking in the willingness or effort. So that, I think, is a refreshing change, and that's something that I would love to see that get better and better. The support functions are also, post-sales support is also pretty effective and good. I think pretty good all around.